Hi class. This is our next project in Drawing and Painting 2. We're going to be doing some paintings in watercolors. And I put mixed media. It's going to be basically a watercolor painting, but you may also use a combination of colored pencils with it or a combination of a pen, or you can just be watercolors and no colored pencil or pen. But the base is going to be watercolor. So the subjects. We're going to choose simple subjects. Now these paintings are going to be rather small. In other words, they're going to be fit on a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And here's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, so it's going to be roughly the size of that paper, okay? Now these are just examples of the types of things you can do. Flowers are always great subjects because they're colorful and they're beautiful, okay? And will work out nice with watercolors. Your backgrounds can be a combination of colors. We're going to use what's called a watercolor wash to create different colored backgrounds, or they could have more detail like this background, okay? So flowers are great subjects and they make beautiful paintings for watercolors. So it could be a group of flowers, single flowers, and so on, okay? Also, along with flowers, could be other natural things, and I'll give you an example. So for example, here's a little tropical little tree frog. I mean, what's nice about this, it has some of the same qualities of flowers, has colors, has textures, has light and dark values and shadows. So frogs, here's a tropical frog. Here's another one in a tropical environment. So what you can do is you're going to find some pictures of small animals or creatures, could it be insects, and place them in a natural environment like this, okay? Here's I found an octopus. I think this is pretty, it looks like they use a pen to do some of the tentacles and outline the octopus. But the octopus was done on a very fluid background. By fluid, it has a variety of sort of textures and values in the background. Here's one octopus. Here's another example. Look at the background on this. I love that watercolor, sort of a wash background with some texture in it. And the octopus is done in multiple colors. So you don't necessarily have to go with a realistic style colors to do your painting. I love this one, and it's almost a design rather than just a realistic painting. Tropical fish are good, but I don't want you to have a white background like this one. But the fish shouldn't be flat. You know, it says have some value that goes from light to dark, and it's got texture in here and a lot of varieties of colors from light to dark in the fins. Tropical fish are good, but no white backgrounds. Birds are great. Here's a bird, and you notice the background is very simple. So the bird's very focused and detailed, yet the background is very sort of loose and simple, which works great for watercolors. You could do a very loose, sort of out of focus background, and then do the bird itself very focused. This could be done in all watercolors, or you could use colored pencil to create some of those textures, and even a pen to do real small textures. Here's a photo of a bird. Now think about this bird. You could do that bird in a background like this that has more of a washed out, very faded look to it. So our next painting, you're going to do something natural. Flowers, birds, frogs, fish, something natural, colorful, not overly complicated, but beautiful. I want the thing not to be a very large painting. It's going to be rather small, so you can do that initial drawing in your sketchbook. So if I was doing a bird like this, maybe I say I'm going to do this bird, but I'm going to put them on different branches and put a different background behind them. Or maybe I'll find a picture of some sticks and do several birds on one stick, okay, or on twigs or branches. So that's your assignment. Come up with an idea, draw it in your sketchbook. Once it's drawn in the sketchbook, we're going to transfer it to watercolor paper, and we're going to start on that. That's it.